Hello class. Now in this lecture we will see the other steps taken by our government to minimize the negative effect of the motorization. So the second footprint of government is nothing but to make available the alternate fuel option. Okay. So the first of all we must know what are the different classification of fuels. So there are the those are the classification of the fuel which we can use for the automobile, such as a blended fuel, gaseous fuel, biofuels, synthetic fuel, reformulated fuel, and the hybrid or EVs, that is electric vehicles. Okay, so if you talk about the blended fuel, okay, if you talk about the gaseous fuel, and if you talk about the reformulated fuel, those fuels we are already use in current days. So first of all, say what is a blended fuel. So it is such a type of fuel in which we are some percentage of secondary fuel are adding into primary fluid. So our primary fuel are basically three, such as a diesel, petrol, and CNG or LPG gas. So those are gas I meant to say. Okay, so those are our primary fluid. So we're supposed to add some secondary fuel in that in order to have a blended property or blended uh, characteristic of combustion. Okay, so in case of the combustion, we have seen in case of the automobile engine technology, we have already seen that SI combustion phenomena and CI combustion phenomena. So in case of the CI combustion phenomena, that how sudden rise in pressure once ignition delay is over. Okay, if large quantity of fuel is accumulated inside the combustion chamber, so due to that phenomena the harshness of engine is increases. Due to that phenomena the chances of black smoke, the emission level are increases. Okay, so to sort out that problem, okay, in case of the petrol engine, also to avoid the problem of that self ignition or abnormal combustion, that is pre-ignition of end charge. Okay, so to avoid those problems, to resolve those problems, we're supposed to blend a fuel, because nowadays we are talking about our engines which are coming in new technology. Their compression ratio, in case of the petrol, compression ratio are goes on increasing. Nowadays we are supposed to use a petrol engine of having compression ratio more than 10. Okay, it is 11.5 or near to 12 in case of the, if you talk about the KTM. Okay, if you talk about the KTM Duke models, then their compression ratio is more than 11, it near to 12. Okay, so to cope up with that much high compression ratio and to avoid abnormal combustion at the end charge region inside the combustion chamber, we have to enhance our fuel property. Okay, otherwise it will it leads further abnormal combustion, incomplete combustion, which is responsible to have emission level, high pollution level. Okay, so blended fuel is one of the thing which we can use over here. So here in case of the vehicle automobiles, we are supposed to have a primary fuel like diesel, petrol, and the gas. In that we supposed to add some secondary fuel in percentage. Okay, so the first example like diesel and LPG. Okay, in Mumbai, the diesel buses are that is Navi Mumbai municipal transport buses are fitted with the LPG kit. That diesel buses are fitted with the LPG kit in all petrol pump in India. Okay, the petrol are mixed with the 10% ethanol nowadays. So it is a blending, means that petrol having 10% of ethanol in order to enhance the self ignition temperature of your petrol. That's why this in gas which is present inside the combustion chamber will not catch the fire before flame front reaches to that end charge. Okay, so due to that abnormal combustion or knocking not attend in the petrol engine due to that high compression ratio and the temperature effect. So petrol plus ethanol blending is we are nowadays using in over the India, that is 10% of ethanol in petrol in every petrol pump. After diesel and biodiesel, so still diesel and biodiesel not used in India. Okay, it is not familiar in India. Biodiesel is completely new for India. Then another thing is the hydrogen plus CNG. So it is called as a hythane, in which hydrogen are used up to the the percentage of hydrogen here we supposed to use this technology is also called as a HCNG. Okay, this is also called as a HCNG, that is hydrogen CNG. Well, in current days now only, if you scroll some newspaper, then you will supposed to find that New Delhi central government announces the use of the HCNG, or to promote the use of the HCNG. Okay, so for that purpose, on the experiment level, they try to fit such a technology into buses available in Delhi, that is municipal corporate buses available in Delhi, by having a retrofitting of that. So in such a vehicle, we have to use a 18% hydrogen with CNG. Okay, so in the commercial vehicle, nowadays we can notice the almost very few commercial vehicle are fitted with the CNG kit. Okay, but it give you not that much power output. So to have a power output, more power output, we supposed to have a blending of hydrogen and CNG, and that's supposed to be a nowadays central government try to promote, and for that purpose they try to modify the Central Motor Act of 1979. So they start to modify it. Okay, and this thing is done by a Central Ministry of Road Traffic and the Highways. So this thing is taken care by the Central Ministry of Road Traffic and the Highways. After that, gases fuel. So we are already using gases like CNG and LPG in India, but we are not familiar with the biogas. No any commercial pump for the biogas is available in India. It is only on experimental basis. Some universities are doing a project in their campus only, and no vehicle commercially hydrogen pump station is available in India. So those are the gases, because gases fuel are very clean in nature. Gases fuel are very clean in nature, because whenever the distillation of the crude oil we are supposed to performing in distillation center or distillation station, that time whenever distillation take place, that time gases of fuel or gases compound are extracted or come out first of all, because the boiling point of those gases fuel are very less, and but boiling point is very less, but their self ignition temperature is too high. I mean to say their octane number is too high. In case of the petrol, we have we are preferring a octane number, and in case of the petrol diesel vehicle, we supposed to prefer a high C10 number. So those gases fuel having a high octane rating. Okay, in that case we supposed to try to employ such pure form of fuel in order to employ in vehicles. So definitely emission level also decreases. So the LPG and CNG nowadays we are using in our petrol and diesel vehicle. Okay, and after that, biofuels like ethanol, biodiesel, straight vegetable oils. So ethanol, ethanol is 100% ethanol. Actually it is not, as I had told you here, only 10% ethanol is used in and remaining are petrol, that is mixture of ethanol and petrol is used as a blended. But here we are I'm talking about the 100% ethanol as a fuel in petrol vehicle or diesel vehicle. So it is possible, but if we are employing 100% ethanol, then from which source we supposed to borrow that ethanol? Because in India we are having crops like sugarcane, we are having crops like rice. Okay, we are having other crops from which we can make ethanol, but we are not promoting manufacturing ethanol. These are the secondary whatever the ethanol we are making for other purposes. It is not for the fuel purpose, and those crops will not even fulfilling a demand of human to survive. So we can't use those crops for the other purpose like making a fuel. Okay, so we are lagging with the ethanol manufacturing. So if ethanol is not there, fuel is not there, so we can't think to develop a engine which is working on the ethanol. But whenever we are developing technology to work on the ethanol, definitely your emission level will be decreases, because when we talk about the ethanol carries its own oxygen, because if we look for the molecular formula of ethanol, that is nothing but the C2H5OH. So it having its own oxygen with it. So whatever the oxidation rate of that fuel is very high, okay, very few amount of oxygen it have to borrow from the atmosphere. So whatever the completion what we can say the combustion take place of ethanol fuel will be more. But whenever we are applying the ethanol, definitely we will have to advance our technology. We have to retrofit our current engine. Okay, so what the modification we have to do to apply ethanol, that we will see in other lectures. Okay, but sake of time, remember that whenever we are employing a alternate fuel in our conventional engine, that is petrol engines, diesel engine, that time we have to do a retrofitting. Okay, we have to alter the technology. Similarly, biodiesel, it is also developed by the biomass, like not exactly biomass, it is developed from the crops only, such like seeds of the castor, seeds of the karanji, or seed from the neem. So those are the another crops from whose seeds are used to develop a biodiesel. So since the research are going on with biodiesel, but no any commercial petrol pump, fuel pump is available in India to sell the biodiesel. Okay, after straight vegetable oil, it is a pure form of biodiesel. It is a pure seed oil. Okay, it is no any mixture another enhancing blending is we are supposed to add here. It is a pure vegetable oil which we can use in a diesel vehicle. After the synthetic fuel, so it is a artificial liquid often from the coal, natural gases, biomass, plastic, and the rubber. So the plastic, biomass, and the rubber, from that we can make a artificial liquid fuel. It is a form of liquid. So the example like dimethyl ether, gas to liquid. Gas to liquid means what are the CNG gas, natural gases, LPG gas are provided, that can be converted as a GTL, this gas to liquid. And coal to liquid means whatever the coal present, that can be transformed into liquid. So those are the synthetic fuel which can available, but it is not commercialized sale, or no technology or no engine is available, automobile engine is available to run on those fuel. After that, reformulated conventional fuels. So as I told you, these reformulated conventional fuels are we are already using. So what it means here, if we look for the molecular structure, if you look for the molecular structure of the any automobile fuel, then it is basically made from the 5 compounds. Like paraffin, it made from the paraffin, it made from the naphthalene. Okay, it made from the olefin, it made from the diolefin, and it made from the aromatic. So those 5 compounds consist any automobile fuel. So on the basis of the percentage of those compounds, for example, if I prefer a more paraffin, then definitely a self-ignition temperature of my fuel will be down. Means there is also characteristic there will be a further classification in the paraffin, like a short chain paraffin, long chain paraffin, after that isoparaffins. Okay, so on the basis of which class of paraffin percentage we supposed to take a more in our petrol, okay, or in our diesel, on that basis their nature changes, and that type of formulation, okay, it is developed under the refining industry, petrol or fuel refining industry. So fuel refining industry decide a percentage of paraffins, percentage of aromatic, percentage of olefins, diolefins, and naphthalene on the basis of region wise. Okay, for example, we have to sell a particular quantity of fuel, that is petrol engine, SI engine fuel for Rajasthan. Then on the basis of climate, on the condition of climatic condition of that Rajasthan, the percentage of those 5 compound in the fuel are varying. If we develop the fuel from Jammu and Kashmir, then on the basis of their climatic condition, the 5 compound percentage is varying. So molecular formula of Rajasthan fuel and the molecular formula of Jammu Kashmir fuel will not be matched. It is made for Rajasthan, it is made for Jammu Kashmir, okay, because their temperature is completely opposite to each other. In Rajasthan too hot, in Jammu Kashmir too cold. So on the basis of their climatic control, we climatic condition, we supposed to develop a fuel. So that is called as a reformulated conventional fuel on the basis of the climatic condition, on the basis of seasonal condition. For example, in Mumbai, season wise, sorry, in Nagpur, there is a season wise hotness and coldness is this. So on the basis of season wise, they are supposed to change the percentage of those five compound, even though they're supposed to add additives in that. Okay, so ethylene glycol is supposed to add to uh, uh, in order to pull down their what we can say cooling point, okay, freezing point. So another various additive is supposed to add, so that is called as a reformulate. So there are a number of additive is supposed to add, that is a corrosion inhibitizer. Okay, there is a corrosion inhibitor is supposed to add in our fuels. So after that, DHG is there. Okay, so n number of additives are there, and those five components which I told you right now, so that their percentage are varying region wise and the season wise. So that's why it's called as a reformulated conventional fuels, which we are using nowadays. Okay, so here reformulated conventional fuels, after the gaseous fuel and the blended fuel is supposed to currently used. Okay, so another thing last is that is nothing but the hybrid or electric vehicles. So nowadays government are start promoting the EVs also. Okay, so those are the alternate fuel or alternate vehicle options are make available by our government in order to cope up with those three negative effect of motorization. Thank you.